if your municipal water has contaminants in it, we're going to open your eyes a little bit. Because you go to your tap and you draw yourself a great big glass of water. Now, when I was a little boy, this is how we drank water. We also drank out of the garden hose, which explains a lot. Oh. But this is something amazing. Because even your municipal water, not easy for me to say, even your municipal water can have things in it you'd rather not be there. Let's talk about it. This is Rick Roman, who I still say has the best TV news anchor name in the whole world.
Well,
5 at 5 with Rick Roman.
That's very kind of you.
Good to have you back, sir.
It's good to see you, David. You know what? Aquasana, it's all about making the water that's coming into your house tasting better and being as clean as possible. So this is a solid carbon filter that is filtering water under power. So this is a plug-in powered water filtration. Now, David, you saw in that video, you take the water from your tap, which can have those chlorines and additives to make it safe to drink, but they don't taste well. You simply fill up the reservoir. Now, what we're doing here to simulate those contaminants you can't see in your water, I've colored this water blue with some food coloring because I want you to see the power of Aquasana and how fast, but also how thoroughly it's going to filter the water. So once you've filled up your reservoir, all you have to do, David, is press a button. This is what I love about the new design. With one touch of a button, when I turn this on, you are removing up to 73 contaminants.
So wait,
okay?
That water went in blue.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. This is
and now it's coming out clear. But also, listen how quiet the machine is. I remember when Aquasana first came out.
That's right.
It sounded like a large farm animal in distress. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. This is extraordinary. It's so quiet.
Quiet. Now, David, think about this.
I'm going to move this out of the way because it's reflecting on that water.
99% of lead removed with Aquasana. So think about if you want that peace of mind with your family, 96% of chlorine and chloramines. That's what gives it that off-putting flavor and smell. Now your water has great taste. 73 other contaminants, pesticides, PFSOAs, all these things that can make their way into the water. So now you know you have the peace of mind. And guess what? Delicious
I have a question
tap.
for you. Now, this was regular tap water. You added blue food coloring.
Correct.
Okay. May I have a drink?
You may absolutely have. Now, this came from the back sink, and I know if you've ever tasted the water out of the sink. Tell me what you think.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm a big water drinker. Oh, my word.
Now,
and this water tastes great. It doesn't have that weird chemical taste to it.
Nope.
I don't taste any blue food color, whatever that tastes like. And this is just pure, lovely water. And where are all the contaminants? They're trapped inside the filter.
They are. Now, David, they're showing a graphic up there on the screen. Now, one filter, okay, one Aquasana filter is the equivalent of 2,272 bottles of water. You're getting 2. That's up to 6 months filtration. Imagine not buying 4,500 of these plastic bottles. What would you save in not buying water alone?
And what are you doing for the environment when you're not putting all those water bottles into the recycling bin?
And David, here's another thing.
Do they really get recycled? I don't know. They get picked up. I don't know what happens to them after that.
So many people use gravity filtration pitchers, right? First of all, you have to wait forever for the water. This is powered filtration, but guess what? One of our filters, okay, one Aquasana filters is the equivalent of 8 of the leading gravity pitcher filters. So imagine
22,000 bottles of water.
Yeah,
2,200.
2,200. So think about not buying all these filters all the time, having this for up to 6 months, depending on your usage, and not replacing it all the time. To me, it's night and day. And you know what? The fact is, I tell people, if you're using a gravity pitcher, check the label, see what it's removing at what percent. With Aquasana, it's 96% of 73 different contaminants.
May I push the button?
Dude, please do.
Look at that.
And look how quiet it is.
And we're going to let Racina try this if she would like.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, David. The beauty of this new unit, too, is one button. You used to have to hold the button. Now you just press that button. It's quiet, like you said.
And you press it again to turn it off?
To press it again to turn it off. And what's great about this, and look how sleek it is, okay? This reservoir is super easy to manage. It comes off. It's easy to hold. It's a half-gallon capacity, so you just take it to the sink and fill it up, and you're ready to go.
Ro, you've spent some time down in the 305.
And the 305.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Water,
sure.
The water isn't just, it's scary.
It's NG, yeah.
In South Florida, the water is, well, at least in Fort Lauderdale, where I usually vacation.
Well, yeah, we're very
Yellow.
close to. Yes, from the tap,
Yellow.
and everybody knows that. Now that's the thing. I used to live in New York, and I remember that sometimes in the Northeast you can drink the water from the tap. It's more fresh, right? In Florida, that was not possible. So we even had to use filtered water, even for our Keurigs and for the Nespressos and things like that.
And the filters in your refrigerator, if you have water on the door, boy, does that go bad quickly.
This is my check. Not even the taste. For me, it's the smell.
Yes.
Yeah?
Nothing.
And that's the thing. So
nothing.
It
nothing.
should be
I'm not
nothing.
even joking. It's nothing. And you do taste those weird whatever it is, chemicals or it's
Yeah,
bleach
it's chlorine,
or chlorine.
and chloramines are added to the municipal water because they have to sanitize the water, but they leave an off-putting taste. Now,
No joke.
You said in Florida, this is what I love to do, David, okay? I saved this to this day. My very first Aquasana filter I used for 6 months when I had to go change it. And by the way, there's a red light indicator on the machine that will tell you when to change it.
So you don't have to guess at it.
I compare it to a new filter and I say, look at the difference between a brand new filter and a filter that I used for 6 months.
Okay. If
Think about
you
that.
are not using this filter, you know what's filtering the water?
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
Your kids, your
Exactly.
pets, anyone and anything that drinks water.
Right.
Cook with it, brush your teeth with it, bathe in it.
That's right.
How many times do we swallow the water in the shower? I know I do.
Million.
Oh.
A million times, right? Hey, can I update you now on what's available?
Pretty good.
I have a 1,050 of these to go around, and this is a half-gallon container.
Half-gallon container, and again, you see we put that colored water in here to simulate contaminants. One button, that's all you have to do. Powered filtration. David, you have to emphasize, you're removing up to 73 contaminants at over 96%. Chlorine, chloramine, how about lead? 96% of that lead, you don't have to have that, you have that peace of mind now that these things are being taken out of the water, so you have delicious water that's as clean as it can be. And I'm going to tell you what, Aquasana, you want the full list of everything, it's on QVC.com. This is NSF certified, this filter.
National Sanitation Foundation.
Correct. And you know what? Here's the thing. You use it for everything, not just your drinking water, your pet's water. You can fill up a carafe, put it in the refrigerator. So if you want cold water, you can have cold water filtered or on-demand tap. And here's the animation that shows you.
Or you can go to the store and lug home a great big
Oh
case
my
of water.
gosh. And this is the magic. That filter is a solid carbon block filter, 4 stages of filtration that's forcing the water under pressure, not like a gravity pitcher that's dripping through. This is actually being forced under pressure.
Pushed through.
Pushed through. So that's why you're getting that 96% of 73 different contaminants being removed and getting that delicious drinking water knowing that it's been cleaned. And I tell you what, for me, I use this, I fill this probably up 3 to 4 times. I use it for the kids' water bottles, my pets' bowls, my smoothies, and my Vitamix. Like you said, your Keurigs and Nespressos, this is what you want to use.
Oh, when I first started vacationing in South Florida, first thing I would do is go to the grocery and buy a great big jug of fresh water. Because you don't make coffee with the tap water. You don't, I mean, I have trouble brushing my teeth in that tap water.
Oh my gosh.
So this is, I mean, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. And it's
David,
kind of weird.
This little light that's blue when you press the button, and I'll press it one more time so you can see it. It's blue. That will actually turn and flash red when it comes time to change the filter. So people say, oh, do I have to write down when No, the machine will tell you time to change the filter because you meter through.
And you'll know exactly when that time comes.
That's right.
I have fewer than 900 of these to go around. How clean is the water you, your children, your pets are drinking? And you're thinking, well, it's municipal water. It's coming out of the tap. It's okay, right? Well, you'd be amazed at what is considered legal.
That's right.
What is potable or drinkable or fresh water, right?
I mean, listen,
it's still loaded with a lot of things that we'd like to get rid of.
It's true, David, and I'm going to tell you, so many people. We're not trying to disparage gravity pitcher filtration, but you know what? You're using gravity, not pressure. You're replacing the filter 8 times the gravity, the filtration capacity of one of our filters is what you get. So instead of buying these filters constantly, not knowing if you're filtering out at high percent, with one of our filters, you're removing those 73 contaminants. And guess what, David? We said it before, 2,272 bottles per filter, and you're getting 2 of these. So imagine in a year, 4,500 bottles of water you didn't buy. That's like 190 cases of water. What would you pay for 190 cases of water?
Exactly. And for me, the big issue here is I'm not having to buy as much bottled water.
That's right.
I'm able to cook with and then wash with and drink my tap water because it's coming out of my tax dollars, right? Or I'm paying a water bill, right? So all these things are important. But you need to make sure that water is as clean as it can be. We would never knowingly put a beautiful, pristine steak in a filthy, dirty skillet.
No.
We would never leave dirt on our countertop. We'd clean it up, right?
Exactly.
And we would probably clean the air if we knew it was dirty. Why are we so willing to drink water that may or may not have things inside that you would rather not be there? This is going to remove them.
And it's the other thing. They're always saying, hey, we should drink more water. It's like a good, try to get a good amount of water for
mostly
hydration.
water,
Mostly
right?
water. So guess what? When you have this great tasting water now, because you're filtering with Aquasana, you're more likely to use it and drink water and use it, the great tasting water.
Let me update now.
Yeah.
We are in a situation where this is beginning to really fly out the door.
Yeah.
Now, how many did we start the show with, Sean? We started with 1,200. We have how many left? 650, so almost half is gone. I have 400 people who are waiting to place their orders. There are a lot of you out there who have no idea. I didn't know what was in my water.
Yeah.
But you know that something is weird there when it tastes weird, right? You take you draw a great big glass of water, you're thirsty. And you start to drink the water and you're like, this tastes funny.
Yeah.
It's got a weird chemically taste to it. And it's nothing but water from my tap. I'm brushing my teeth in it, I'm cooking it, putting it in the dog's water bowl. All those kinds of things. In the coffee maker, that's a big one. And we always think, oh, well, the filter's going to catch that. Will it?
No, again, David, I can't emphasize enough. That is a solid carbon block filter. The only way to get water through that is by forcing with pressure. So this is the beauty of this is you don't need any plumbing skills. It's plug-in, powered water filtration on your countertop. That all you have to do is plug it in, flush the filter once, fill this with water, and you are off to the races.
May I say, Aquasana listens to their customers, because when we first started offering Aquasana years ago, it was loud and groaned and made this tremendously unflattering noise.
And it was bulky too. It was a little bigger.
It was really big.
Yep.
And then Aquasana made the unit more sleek.
Yep.
They made it more quiet.
Yep.
But what they didn't do is change the technology. Nope. They wanted to continue to force that water through that filter. Now, we started the show with 1,200 of these. I have 400 remaining and 400 people on the phone lines. That is if everybody just buys one. What if those people watching today also have a vacation property?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they've got a place down in South Florida. Now, I love South Florida. It's one of my favorite places in the whole world. I don't love the water.
No,
but I love South Florida. This is fantastic. Let me be very clear about that. So this is what it's all about. Don't miss out on this opportunity. And you get 2 filters in this pack-up.
2 filters. And
that's a year's supply.
That's a year's supply. For most people, each filter is about 6 months. And I just love showing this comparison. Again, this was my original Aquasana filter. I used this for 6 months, changed the filter. This is what a new filter looks like. David, I was amazed, and everybody's filter will look different depending on where you live, but just to see how much it's removed from the water, things I don't want in my water or my family's water. And I'll say it again, one of our filters, David, if you're somebody using a gravity pitcher, you would have to buy 8 of the leading gravity
and heaven knows how much
pitcher filters to do the same amount of water as one of ours. So, I mean, think about not only that convenience, but the cost and having to change filters, and then knowing you're getting 96% of 73 contaminants.
We began the show with 1,200 units. I have 250 units remaining. Now, you get 2 filters, that's a year's supply, and the price and the easy pay will all go away at end of day today. Meaning tonight, if we make it that far. But at this point, I don't think we are. Because we've got about 200 left to go around. And how many folks waiting to place orders? 400 people on the phone lines.
Oh,
so we have more people waiting to place orders than we have quantity left.
Do that math.
That means I'll race to the finish line. Yeah.
Well, cheers,
all
David.
Right. Good to have you back, sir. Always a pleasure.
Cheers.
Hey, let me update you on our very best value of the day. We are less than 10